On February 3rd, the nominations were announced for the British Academy of Film and Television Arts Awards, the BAFTA Awards, of course. In this video, I'm going to talk about my predictions in the 4 acting categories, along with Best Film. Here we go. For Best Supporting Actress, the nominees are Caitriona Balfe for Belfast, Jessie Buckley for The Lost Daughter, Ariana DeBose for West Side Story, Ann Dowd for Mass, Aunjanue Ellis for King Richard, and Ruth Negga for Passing. So we've seen a few of these names before. Balfe, of course, we've seen shown up at the Golden Globes and at SAG. We've seen Ariana DeBose nominated pretty much everywhere. If there was any award show she might have missed, it might have been this one, maybe. But there she is again. And then Ruth Negga, who made it in at Golden Globes, SAG, supporting actress here at BAFTA. Really exciting. The other 3 nominees we haven't seen too many other places. Jessie Buckley, who is terrific in The Lost Daughter. She has not been on many nominations lists. Aunjanue Ellis, who many are predicting to be nominated at the Academy Awards. She got in here at BAFTA. And then I don't think I've seen a name on Twitter mentioned more as a hopeful for the Oscar nominations list for Best Supporting Actress than Ann Dowd. Really excited to see her make it in here. So many people love Mass, and I wasn't sure if it would show up in any of these awards races. It was great to see Ann Dowd get recognized at BAFTA. Now here's the question about Best Supporting Actress at BAFTA. Does anyone beat Ariana DeBose? I feel like DeBose is going to win SAG. She's pretty much a lock at this point to win the Oscar, outside of a surprise win by Kirsten Dunst, who did not show up here at BAFTA. I'm not sure what happened there since The Power of the Dog showed up in 2 nominations for supporting actor, so clearly the movie is really well liked over there. I'm not sure what happened with Kirsten Dunst there, but now it looks like Ariana DeBose pretty much has a clear path to a win at BAFTA too. Ann Dowd is of course a fantastic nomination. I don't see her winning in this category. Aunjanue Ellis, unless there's a great love for the movie King Richard. I mean, that could happen. We'll see how the next few weeks go, but I don't see that happening yet. Ruth Negga for Passing. I don't see Ruth Negga winning at any of these major award shows. I would be a little bit more confident about Jessie Buckley in the running if Olivia Colman had been nominated for lead actress, but she wasn't. So I don't think The Lost Daughter is that well loved if Olivia Colman can't get in at BAFTA. So I think this race comes down to Balfe and DeBose. Balfe has shown up everywhere. She made it in at Golden Globes and at SAG, and she hasn't won anything yet. As of this recording, there's only been the Golden Globe ceremony. So this race comes down to Caitriona Balfe and Ariana DeBose. Now, it was, of course, a huge thrill to see Mike Feist nominated for West Side Story in supporting actor, but Steven Spielberg didn't get in for director. The movie wasn't nominated for Best Film. I'm not sensing a whole lot of love for West Side Story at BAFTA, but let's look at the top categories. Belfast made it in for Best Film. It didn't get in for director, but it did get in for original screenplay. West Side Story did not get in for adapted screenplay. I'm sensing that Ariana DeBose could lose somewhere. She might win at SAG, but I'm not feeling like she's got the BAFTA award in the bag by any means. And I do think Caitriona Balfe, since she is showing up in so many of these award ceremonies, I feel like she might win one of these. So I am going to predict that the winner for Best Supporting Actress at BAFTA is Caitriona Balfe for Belfast. The nominees for Best Supporting Actor are Mike Feist for West Side Story, Ciarán Hinds for Belfast, Troy Kotsur for Coda, Woody Norman for Come On, Come On, Jesse Plemons for The Power of the Dog, and Cody Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog. Alright, so like in supporting actress, we get 3 surprises here. We get Woody Norman for Come On, Come On. That might be one of the biggest surprises of all of the BAFTA nominations. I've only heard rumblings that might get a screenplay nomination at the Oscars, but it hasn't really shown up anywhere. Joaquin Phoenix hasn't been nominated at the Golden Globes or at SAG. So that's a really cool, unexpected nomination at BAFTA. Mike Feist, I have seen online a lot of people wanting him to get in for the Oscars. Really great to see him get a BAFTA nomination. And then Jesse Plemons As much love as The Power of the Dog has received this award season, his name has not really shown up at any of these award ceremonies, so it's great to see Plemons. But now here's the deal. Since day one, I've kind of been going back and forth between Troy Kotsur for Coda and Cody Smith-McPhee for The Power of the Dog as the frontrunner for supporting actor. Cody Smith-McPhee, of course, won the Golden Globe. I am predicting Troy Kotsur to win the SAG Award. I don't know yet about the Oscars. We'll see how this category shakes out. But because now some votes for Power of the Dog in supporting actor will go to Jesse Plemons, so I'm really leaning to Troy Kotsur, but then there's that Ciarán Hinds nomination for Belfast. I don't know why. I just feel like Belfast is going to play really well at BAFTA, and I'm not sure if Coda has enough love. It's of course not nominated in picture or director. It did get that wonderful nomination for lead actress, which was unexpected, as so many of these nominations were. So I feel like Troy Kotsur is still the frontrunner, but Ciarán Hinds, I'm looking at, will there be a Belfast sweep at BAFTA, at least in some of these top categories? I'm thinking of the year The King's Speech kept winning everything at BAFTA. In a way, it did not at the Academy Awards. I'm really torn on this one. I feel like if Ciarán Hinds was going to win, maybe Jamie Dornan would have gotten into the category too. So I am going to predict for Best Supporting Actor at BAFTA that Troy Kotsur wins for Coda. In the Leading Actress category, the nominees are Lady Gaga for House of Gucci, Alana Haim for Licorice Pizza, Emilia Jones for Coda, Renata Reinsve for The Worst Person in the World, Joanna Scanlon for After Love, and Tessa Thompson for Passing. What a glorious category this is. Like, as much as I love the nominees we've gotten for Best Actress at the Golden Globes and SAG Awards, this to me is really astonishing. Now, I did watch The Lost Daughter recently, and Olivia Colman is sensational in that movie, so I am surprised she's not in this list. But otherwise, I haven't been a huge fan of the Nicole Kidman performance in Being the Ricardos. It seems a little bit lazy that performance is just going to win everything, SAG and Critics' Choice and the Academy Award. That just doesn't seem right to me. No shade against Nicole Kidman, but I was kind of happy to see her not nominated here. I think there's so many great performances by women in 2021. It's nice to see some love for other very deserving performances, especially Tessa Thompson in Passing. That's another film I watched recently on Netflix, and I was just bowled over by Thompson's performance. It's very internal, but it just was really fascinating, super real. I loved her in that, and with Ruth Negga showing up everywhere, I've been kind of confused. Why isn't Thompson being nominated for actress at any of these ceremonies? Of course, actress is always really competitive year to year, so that's probably why. But I was really thrilled to see her nominated here. I don't think she will win. I think Passing is a movie that's just going to get nominated for things. I don't think it's going to win anything. Of course, I would be leaping for joy if Tessa Thompson won the BAFTA award. That would be awesome. I don't think it's going to happen. I think the other surprise nominees are just going to be that, nominees. Reinsve for The Worst Person in the World and Scanlon for After Love. I don't see either of them winning. I mean, people really, really love The Worst Person in the World. I keep seeing that at the top of critics' best lists, and I see it all the time on Twitter. So, I mean, there might be some love for her, but I don't see that happening. Emilia Jones for Coda. She was so phenomenal in that movie. I would love to see her win as well. I basically will be happy with any of these wins, pretty much. Alana Haim for Licorice Pizza. Licorice Pizza showed up a lot at BAFTA. It showed up in original screenplay. It showed up in director for Paul Thomas Anderson. And it made it into best film. House of Gucci is not really anywhere else here. It didn't get supporting actor for Jared Leto. It's not in best film. It's not in best director. I feel like if Lady Gaga was going to win the BAFTA award for best actress, the movie would have shown up in at least a couple other major categories, and it didn't. So this is tricky because, like, the only nominee here who has shown up at Golden Globes, at SAG, at Critics' Choice, and now here at BAFTA is Lady Gaga. She's not competing against Nicole Kidman or Olivia Colman or Jessica Chastain, who also missed here for BAFTA. So I feel like the smart choice to pick in this category is Lady Gaga, but because the movie's not showing up in any of the top categories, I'm kind of hesitant. Alana Haim is brand new to the scene, so she doesn't seem like an obvious choice. I just feel like Alana Haim is so new, and the name recognition for Lady Gaga is so great, and her performance in House of Gucci is phenomenal. It's only her second performance. She got a lot of love 3 years ago for her performance in A Star Is Born. I am going to pick for Best Lead Actress at BAFTA, Lady Gaga wins for House of Gucci. In the leading actor category, the nominees are Adil Akhtar for Ali and Ava, Mahershala Ali for Swan Song, Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog, Leonardo DiCaprio for Don't Look Up, Stephen Graham for Boiling Point, and Will Smith for King Richard. So some big surprises here too. We've got a couple of nominees here for movies I've never even heard of until today. So I don't think they're going to win. That would be a big shock. Mahershala Ali got in at the Golden Globes with Miss at SAG. I feel like he wasn't really being talked about anymore for a potential Best Actor nomination at the Academy Awards. But Ali, of course, has won 2 Oscars before in the supporting actor category, so we can't ever count him out. And it was great to see him get in here for Swan Song. DiCaprio, who I'm predicting to be that 5th nominee for Best Actor at the Oscars, showed up here. I don't think DiCaprio is going to win for Don't Look Up, although since it got into picture, clearly some voters at BAFTA enjoyed it. Benedict Cumberbatch for The Power of the Dog. Cumberbatch has gotten in everywhere. Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, SAG, and now BAFTA. So I think he would be the obvious choice to win in this category if Will Smith had somehow missed out on King Richard. But Will Smith, he's also shown up everywhere. He won the Golden Globe. This is his first BAFTA nomination. There were, of course, some omissions here that were surprising. I thought that Andrew Garfield in Tick, Tick, Boom was the biggest threat to Will Smith, but apparently it's Benedict Cumberbatch since he's showing up everywhere else. I also thought Denzel Washington might make it in at the Oscars. Him not showing up here was a disappointment. I read online earlier that Denzel Washington has never gotten a nomination at BAFTA. That is insanity to me. He's done so many great roles over the years. Fences, Training Day, The Hurricane. With 6 Best Actor nominees, kind of surprising that Washington could not get in. But yeah, I think this race comes down to Cumberbatch or Smith. So the question is, I think Smith is going to win the Oscar. I've heard online some people are predicting Cumberbatch. They think Cumberbatch might win SAG, might win Oscar. When you look at director, when you look at picture, what are we seeing? We're seeing The Power of the Dog for Jane Campion in director, and in picture, we're seeing The Power of the Dog. Why isn't King Richard up for either film or director? So I'm kind of tilting towards Cumberbatch. BAFTA usually throws a few surprises along the way. I'm not sure Will Smith has the BAFTA award set. I'm like 51 to 49% on this. Benedict Cumberbatch, I feel like might win one major award this season, that it's not all going to go to Will Smith. So I am going to choose for leading actor at BAFTA, Benedict Cumberbatch will win for The Power of the Dog. In the other categories, I would say Jane Campion will probably win director for The Power of the Dog. Adapted screenplay goes to Jane Campion for The Power of the Dog. And original screenplay, I predict, will go to Paul Thomas Anderson for Licorice Pizza. But now let's look at Best Film. The nominees are Belfast, Don't Look Up, Dune, Licorice Pizza, and The Power of the Dog. No big surprises in this category. Maybe Dune and Don't Look Up are a little bit of a surprise since there's only 5 nominees. I don't think those two have a chance at winning Best Film. So it comes down to Belfast, Licorice Pizza, and The Power of the Dog. This is really tough. So let's look at the directing category. The directing category had some fantastic nominations as well. After Love, Drive My Car. In director, we didn't get Kenneth Branagh, but we did get Paul Thomas Anderson and Jane Campion. I think in director, Jane Campion wins this, which makes me think that The Power of the Dog will win picture, but there's also so much love for Licorice Pizza that I could also see that winning. Or it's just the case of Belfast didn't make it in for director for whatever reason, but there's enough love for the movie that it does win film. So any one of those three I could see winning. This is just kind of a guess, but I'm going to go with best film goes to The Power of the Dog. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments below what you think is going to win at BAFTA. Do you agree with my choices, or do you think I have it all wrong? We'll find out on March 13th. See you next time.